Hey guys, Zermus555 here, just coming to you guys with a deck profile, a much awaited 6 Samurai deck profile. I know a lot of you have been waiting for it, and yeah, you guys haven't seen my face in a long time. I've got like a beard now, new glasses. Yeah, I am going to be moving out soon too, so this whole getup's going to change as well. It's going to be cool. I'll be able to do kind of my own thing, which is going to be pretty sweet. And yeah, anyways, going to be doing the deck profile for Samurai. I've been actually really surprised there hasn't been a lot of deck profiles for this or Bujin's on YouTube, and I don't think that people realize it, but the deck profiles that get the most views are generally the tier 2 decks, especially on YouTube. When you're posting Necros and Burning Abyss and Satellar profiles all the time, nobody wants to see that stuff. Like it's all the same. We've seen it before. Might just be a couple little variances. So I expect this to get a lot of views, hopefully. There's really only, I think, 2 other profiles I've seen on YouTube right now that are actually decent. That's Team Samurai X1, whatever the hell his name is. He has some questionable choices, but he's always been playing Samurai pretty much as long as I have. And the other guy, which I'm totally forgetting your name right now, I'm really sorry. He actually gave me the idea for one of the cards in this deck. I'll put the link to his channel down below if I remember, but I'll have to go look it up or ask him. Anyways, so he's awesome. His profile is great too, so go check it out. I'll have the link down below. But anyways, I'm not going to be doing videos a lot anymore. I know you guys, some of you have been looking forward to me doing more stuff. I really don't play much anymore. I'm actually working on selling my collection. I've just been dealing with health issues once again, so I haven't really had a chance to, and work, so I haven't really had a chance to organize my collection properly to find somebody to sell it. You guys can probably tell I do look a little sickly. I've been like this now for about a year, and it's been getting a little bit better. I'm kind of got control on things, but it's been pretty rough. So anyways, I do still play. I just don't play as much as I used to. But anyways, enough talking. We're probably like 2 minutes in here. Yeah. So let's get on with the deck profile. I know you guys are really excited for this, and let's get things going. So starting things off, 2 Kageki, not 3. You don't need 3. My monster lineup is actually quite small. A lot of you might be a little bit surprised about a couple of missions in my monster lineup as well, but I've been testing this extensively, and I honestly think this is one of the better ways to play the deck. I don't think you need 3 Kageki just because, like, you could even play 1, probably be okay. I just had so many games where I needed the second one to, like, make the second Shien. And I don't like Asceticism as much as most other players do. I think Asceticism's garbage. There's just too many cards to counter it with, especially in our current format. So personally, I feel like 2 is just the best number. I think you should always play 2. Now this is a card I've seen it's kind of questionable, but 3 Kagemusha. I've seen a lot of people playing 2 of these. I actually tested 2 for quite a while. I didn't mind it. It was okay. I like having the 3rd one. I like opening this card and a search card because it just increases your chances of doing a more consistent turn 1 play. I found with this at 2, there was just, I think Team Samurai guys said the same thing. I found with this at 2, I just wasn't, I wasn't getting that, like, the plays off I wanted to as much, and there was, excuse me, actually a lot of games where I needed the 3rd one. So I think 3 is just like the right number. It's always been the right number. Another card that everybody screws up with, Elder. Don't play 2 of this, people. Stop playing 2. It's bad. You don't need the second one. You just need the 1 Elder. This is really just here for Naturia Beast. That's it. And Asceticism. Like, that's it. You don't need it for anything else. Naturia Beast is really strong right now. It's one of the reasons this deck is really good. And because of Naturia Beast, you know, we can have some instant wins against quite a few decks, such as Fire Fist, Necros, obviously. It's really good against Shadows. So just the 1, this card clogs. It's an awful top deck. Compared to stats-wise, all the other Samurais, it's pretty awful. Like, it doesn't do anything. So just 1 Elder. If you need it, you can search it. Other than that, don't play 2. You open double Elder, you lose the game. Like, it's game over, bro. Triple Kizan. Nothing to say about that. It's Kizan. I'm just going to leave that at that. He is super insane now, even better than he was before. Just because we have 4 Rotas. It's pretty crazy. So I've won a lot of games by, like, drawing cards into more Rotas and Kizans and just specialing them in OTKing, which is pretty crazy. So the card I am no longer playing. I have actually taken Grandmaster out of the deck. I'm not playing Grandmaster anymore. I think Grandmaster is great. I think he's fine. I just don't think that he's worth the spot. I don't think that he's a good asceticism target either. I think of probably in all the years I played Samurais, I might have asceticism for Grandmaster to get game like maybe 2 or 3 times, and I play this deck a lot, so it doesn't happen enough to warrant playing it. It's also level 5, so it doesn't actually have any coherence with the rest of the deck. It's actually quite random. It does allow you to play Black Rose, but Black Rose isn't really that good. And it's 2100, so it really doesn't get over anything. It doesn't get over Winda. It's just not a very good card. And then its destruction effect, even though it's somewhat relevant right now, just because people are playing Mirror Force and stuff again, people know how to play around Grandmaster's effect. It's not, the game's changed so much in the 5 or 6 years since that card was released that it just doesn't do anything anymore. It's not really worth running. So don't play. I mean, you can play Grandmaster, but I recommend testing it. I wouldn't play it. Like, you just take it out. It's not necessary. I still play Zanji. He's great. Asceticism target for Kizan and vice versa. His destruction effect's actually quite relevant as well. MVP in the monster lineup is Enishi. Super great card. So versatile. You can use it during your opponent's turn, during their battle phase, during your battle phase. It's just super, super good card. It goes up to 2200 as well, and there's 2 other Sams on the board. So if you get him and 2 Shiens on the board, you got game. Like, there's nothing your opponent can do about it. And for my last Samurai, I'm playing Spirit. You guys know I've always played Spirit. This guy's great. I see a lot of people not playing him. I can understand why. Like, if you draw him, he kind of sucks as like your only Samurai, because 1, he's 500, so there's no asceticism plays with him. If he was 400, it would be amazing, but unfortunately he's not. But I think you need him. He beefs up Shi En. He gives you draw power. He's a great dojo target, and he does help Shi En get over a lot of the cards that this deck has problem getting over, such as Dante, the Sylvan monsters, etc., etc. So I think Spirit's a necessity, and as long as I don't open them, I'm feeling good. Like, I was testing out Triple Dojo with Squire, but I was just drawing Squire too much, and I don't think it's really that necessary right now. You can get some pretty crazy turn 1 hands where you can open like Nat Beast Barkion. But generally, I mean, there's just, I don't know, I feel like there's too many monsters in the game that can get over stuff like that. So that's it for the monsters, guys. I think it's like 12, I'm pretty sure. Onto the spells. Triple Rhoda, that's pretty standard. I need another Ultra Rhoda if anybody can hook me up. I got 2 Ultras in the Super, and it's bugging me. Yeah, you gotta play 3 of that. Another card I've seen people cutting down to 2, and I want to talk about this really quickly. 3 Smoke Signal. Play 3 Smoke Signal. If you feel like you're clogging with smoke signals, cut your monster lineup down. I've seen so many people playing 2 Smoke Signal and then playing like 2 Elders. Like, that's stupid. Just cut the freaking Elder out and play the 3rd Smoke Signal, because if you draw Smoke Signal, at least in that situation, you're like, okay, I can search what I need for. If I draw Elder in that situation, it's like, okay, I'm stuck with an Elder. What am I going to do with this unless I have Asceticism or another Samurai to do plays with it? And it's just not good. Like, we have 6 search cards right now, and that's not counting Dojos or Asceticism. So, I mean, you could potentially count those 6 cards as monsters. That's how you should count it. And so I'm basically running 18 monsters, which is perfect. That's awesome. I want to open like 2 monsters every game. That's going to give me, percentage-wise, if you do the math, about the chance of opening 2 every game, probably higher. So, I mean, it's like, yeah, it's perfect. I don't think you need more than that. Obviously, Triple United. Nothing to say about that. Draw a card of the deck. Wish I had supers, but they're too expensive again. 2 Dojo. I've always been kind of off and on with this card, but every tournament I've ever topped with this deck, I've always been playing 2 Dojo, so I always kind of go back to this. It's just super good. A lot of people are playing Fiendish Chain at 3 again. Veiler's being very popular again as well. Veiler can really hurt this deck quite a bit. So this card helps a lot, like immensely, because a lot of times your first turn play is going to be like Kageki activated effect, and your opponent like Fiendish Chains, you breakthrough skills, you Veilers, whatever. If you go Kageki Dojo, or Dojo Kageki, sorry, activate effect, and they Fiendish Chain you, this happens a lot more than you think. As long as, like, you don't even have to show them, like, don't activate the Rhoda in your hand yet. Wait for them to use the thing, as long as you have another Kagemusha in your hand, and then just play the Rhoda, search out Shien, or Kizan, and then special it. And that's going to put the second counter on your Dojo, which is going to allow you to special Kagemusha from your deck anyways, which means you're going to make the Shien. They went minus, basically, off of their Fiendish Chain, and you still got your Shien and your Kizan on the board, so you're in a really good position. So, I think Dojo is a complete necessity. I think it's an excellent card. If you open Kageki Kagemusha Dojo, that's first turn Shi En with a Spirit equipped, which is great. It's a really hard thing for your opponent to get over because they have to destroy the Shi En twice. Unless they have something to bounce it or banish it or whatever. And if you open Kageki Kagemusha, Kizan, and Dojo, that's first turn Shi En, Kizan at 21, and Enishi at 22. And that might sound like a lot because it's 4 cards, but it's actually not because of all the search cards and stuff that you have. So you get those plays quite consistently. Now, I do hate this card with a passion, but that's why I'm only playing 2. It's just basically there for the Elder into Nat Beast plays. That does win games against Cleaforts and stuff as well. That's another deck I forgot to mention that Nat Beast just blows out games. The main reason I actually run this card is just because I want to open this Kageki Kagemusha, because that's going to get me Enishi and Shien on the board turn 1, and it's really strong. So just getting that out is like super strong. It puts your opponent in like a really difficult position. So I definitely think it's worth running at least 2. I've seen some people running 1. That's just too random. You're never going to see it. I know Bo Tang topped like a YCS playing 1, but he's just a really good player, so I think that's different. What are we here? 11 minutes. Okay, my super secret tech card, Cunning. I don't know why I wasn't playing this card ever before. I used to play it back in the day before the new Samurais came out, because this was like your OTK card because you could tribute Grandmaster and then special Grandmaster back and attack again, which is awesome. You can do the same thing with Shi En. This is even more live now because there's 2 Shi Ens. I've had so many games where I'll set this, it's quick play, and basically what it doesn't say it on this text, but if you look at the new problem-solving text, it says, tribute 1 face-up 6 Samurai monster you control, or then target 1 6 Samurai monster in either player's graveyard. So you can actually do it in the mirror match as well. You could steal your opponent's Shi En, which is pretty awesome. What that means is you can tribute the monster and then target the same monster as the cost, which is excellent. It's super good. So you can, like, what I do a lot is I'll set this with Shi En, I activate Shi En's effect, because people are going to activate their spell or traps, trying to bait out the Shi En. You can also use this to keep your Shi En on the board if they activate something as a secondary card to stop Shi En. Like, say you activate effect, or you attack, your opponent activates Deep Prison, you activate effect, they chain Fiendish Chain. Your Shi En would banish at the end of that resolution of the chain. So what you can do is actually chain Cunning, tribute the Shi En, target itself, special it back. The Deep Prison won't resolve, the Fiendish Chain has nothing to negate, and Shi En will be on the board with another negate, which is crazy. You can do that during your opponent's turn as well when you're not attacking, of course. Like I've had many games where Shi En, they'll try and bait it out to the activate effect, like a crappy spell in their hand, so they can use Raigeki. So in the first spell, you activate Shi En to negate, chain this, special Shi En back again, and you got another negate. And it's super good. I'm still testing this. I love it a lot. I think it's great. I might cut it out for a Ring of Destruction when I get it, just because I feel like the deck needs more responsive traps. But this card's excellent. I highly recommend trying it out. It's also good, too, because you can, like, say late game, you got a Shi En dead in the graveyard. You can, like, with this and any other Samurai, special the Shi En back. It's really good. And once again, you can OTK with this card. You can go 25 Shi En, activate this, 25 Shi En again. That's 5k. I really don't know why I wasn't playing this card before. I think it's excellent. And it would have been actually really good with Shi En at 1 because it would have actually allowed us to use the same Shi En multiple times. So, and then the last 2 cards are Book of Moon and Soul Charge. I see a lot of people not playing Soul Charge. You're an idiot if you're not playing this. If you open this turn, like Soul Charge turn 1 with a Shi En play, you got a double Shi En, or you can do Shi En Nat Beast, or even crazier things if you open up United and you or Dojo and you draw into more cards. Like, it's just the combos you can do with Soul Charge are nuts. I'm not playing Raigeki because I don't own it, unfortunately. It's just still way too expensive. I just don't have one yet. A lot of those traps. So triple double-edged sword technique. I think this is even better now. I see a lot of people are only playing 1 or 2. 2's, I think, fine. You can probably get away with that. But I want to open this card. Like, I want to open Shi En with a Fiendish Chain and a double-edged set, because if they can't get around that board, next turn I'm flipping that double edge up, I'm making a second Shi En. It's game. Like, they can't get over. It's hard enough to get over 1 Shi En, but 2 Shi Ens is just insane. And this will also help me make Nat Beast Barkion locks a lot more consistently. Since I'm playing Spirit, it also has a lot of consistency with that as well, because you get special back Spirit with Shi En. Equip the Spirit on Shi En, the end phase, Spirit dies, or Shi En will try to be destroyed by this card. Spirit will die instead, you take no damage whatsoever, and you basically get a free Shi En, so that's really awesome. It also helps you make rank 4 plays easier, it helps you make one of your other level 5 synchros easier, etc., etc. So I think you have to play 3 this? Absolutely. Now, somebody might be like, okay, you're playing 3 Double Edge, you're playing 1 Soul Charge, and you're playing Cunning. That's crazy. It is, but it's a lot of graveyard cards, but like I said, if I open Soul Charge, I'm using it right away. It's not like how it was in this deck before, where it was really only good after your Shi En had died, like it was a recovery card. Soul Charge can now be a win more card, which is really, really crucial. And Double Edge, it just helps you push for game. It helps you recover. This deck doesn't top deck well, so that's an excellent recovery card. It's, I think, arguably the best recovery card this deck has. It's probably the only recovery card this deck really has. And it's nice, too, because if you have a Samurai and Double Edge set and you have, like, a Shi En in your graveyard, you can summon the Samurai, flip up Double Edge, bring back Shi En and something small like Kagemusha. Let those two, at the end phase, the Shi En and the Kagemusha will try to die. You can just let Shi En blow up the other Samurai you summon instead. You get your Shi En, and then the Kagemusha dies, and you just take 400. So really cool tricks like that, and they come into play a lot more than you think. So I think I was trying 2 Double Edge, but you need 3, I honestly think. Triple Fiendish Chain. This card's better than Breakthrough Skill. Any Samurai players playing Breakthrough Skill? Stop. Play this card. It's better. You need to stop attacks. Arguably, Breakthrough Skill is really only good against, I would probably say, stuff that tributes as a cost, such as Leopard, Lone Fire Blossom. It's also, I would say, probably better against Exciton Knight and what the hell's her name? Winda. But I prefer Fiendish Chain. I think it's just a better card. It's always been a better trap. I've always tried Breakthrough Skill, and not having that attack stopping is a negation, I should say, is just bad. So 2 Mirror Force. I'm probably going to cut this down to 1. I don't know if I like 2. I had a game once where I lost it because I opened 2 of this thing, and it's just like, I like responsive traps. I've always played at least 1 Mirror Force in the Sams most of the time. Just because Gores is a card, and Gores is still kind of relevant in this format. It's still a great card. We're just not seeing it in a lot of decks. But I think you need at least 1 Mirror Force. I side Deprison. I don't like maining it because it's really, Mirror Force is better against a lot of the decks that give us a problem, other than Shadows and Burning Abyss. But those matchups are really hard anyways, so the side deck's going to kind of come in handy there. Vanities is at 1, unfortunately. That's okay. This was probably arguably one of the better decks, other than Bujin's, to play Vanities. So Compulsory. I still like this card. Still on the fence about it, but I think you still got to play it. It's just really good. You can even use it on your own monsters, like bounce Kizan back and special them. And then Bottomless and Warning, of course. So that is the main deck, guys. 40 cards. Hope you enjoyed it. We're at 17 minutes here, so I'm just going to quickly go through the extra deck. Nothing too long. I want to get this under 20 minutes, but I haven't done a deck profile in so long. I wanted to make it so it was a little information heavy. 2 Shiens. That is so weird. It's so weird. Like, I'm so used to being like this. 1 Shien, and now it's like 2 Shien. It's great. It's a great feeling. I'm really glad this card's back at 2. I was lucky enough to snag my second one, unfortunately, on limited edition, but off eBay for like 15 bucks, which is pretty good because they're going for like 25 to 30 now for alties, which is insane. So yeah, that's great. This helps a lot. Really, it does. There's nothing else I can say about that. I'm super stoked. 1 Beast. 1 Armades, and I still play this card. I think you always should play it in Sam's. Catastor. This deck has a hard time with Leo. That's another reason why I like Mirror Force, and there's still decks that do make Leo. This is your out to Leo. It's also just a great card. It gets over a lot of things that Samurais can have a hard time with. For level 6s, we've got Barkion, and then the 1 Goyo. Another monster I've been testing is actually really good. I think he's actually better than Cowboy, because it's easier to make level 6 synchros than it is to make rank 4s in this deck, but in most situations, is the Blackwing Synchro that burns for 800. He actually gets over Leo because he doesn't target with his attack negation, or attack reduction, I should say, and he also burns your opponent for 800, so you can just summon him as like a Cowboy. And Mist Wurm. I still run this. I haven't made it yet in all my testing. I don't remember actually the last time I even summoned this card in any deck, but he's still really good. He's good against the meta, so I think you should play him, but I don't know. I might cut him for something else. XYZs, you have Shadow. I think you have to play him, especially if you're playing a Dojo build. He just gives you more counters, and his effect's actually quite relevant. The 3500, I've done it several times with Kageki so far, testing for the format. Ragna Zero helps against Cleese, Fire Fist, Bujins, pretty much anything that has beefed up attack. I can't think of any other decks right now. Castel, staple. I don't own 101 still, and I don't own Exciton Knight. I'm poor. Excalibur. He's another out to Leo. Big monsters. Abyss Dweller. I still like Dweller. I think you need him. Cowboy. And I do run Zen mains. He's really good against Cleese. And sometimes you get awkward hands where you only open level 3s. And this guy still comes in handy. He's still a great card. So, anyways, guys, that's the deck. Thanks for watching. We're just over 20 minutes here, so I'm happy with that. Comment down below what do you guys think of the deck profile. What deck would you like to see next? I could either do an update on my Bujins, or I could do an update on my Evils. I'm still testing Evils, though. I'm a little on the fence about them. I am working on building Sylvans right now because they're fairly cheap. They were, at least, until I got hyped up again. But other than that, yeah, Bujins or Evils, what would you guys rather see? Comment down below. And try to get this video up to 30 likes. I'd also just like to hear what you guys thought about the deck. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.